Hello there. In this video, we're going to look at how AI interviews work. AI interviews and phone screenings are two new features that Equip has launched. These are AI graded tests. You are used to seeing assessments from Equip. These continue to stay, so you can continue to use them just as you've been up to now. But if you're facing challenges where maybe you wanted to ask more subjective questions or you conduct assessments, but still the initial screening is done by a recruiter who has to call many candidates, and you're looking as for a way to automate that process. AI tests help. Like I said, AI tests come in two flavors: AI interviews and phone screenings. They're very similar. I'm going to explain how AI interviews work, and you'll understand how phone screenings work as well. At any point, you can go into the how it works section for both and get a sense of what they do and how they're different from each other. All right, so many of you, when you start off, you will see something like this where you've not yet created an AI interview. So let's say you want to create an AI interview. It will first take you to a place where you need to create a template. Okay, so you need to create a template first and then you do the AI interview. So let's say I create a template. I can create this from scratch, or I can use some ready-made questions. Let's say I do software engineer. So I've created a template, software engineer. It's added several questions. Let me look at one question, right? So this is a predefined question. Describe your experience with software development. What programming languages and frameworks are you most proficient in? A typical question that a recruiter would ask, or maybe even if you get on a call, like a pre-screening interview on a video conference call, you may ask a question like this, right? So that question's here. The candidate can respond in any language, but let's say I want to specify English. Now you can decide the answer format. So if you select video, the candidate has to record a video of themselves answering this question, and the AI will evaluate that video, right? And the evaluation prompt is where you can customize the AI's sort of grading. The AI can evaluate the response to this question directly, right? But maybe you are very particular about one aspect. So this is an entire evaluation prompt. Even if you don't have anything here, the AI can evaluate. But let's say I want to say something like award more points if they know Python. Okay, so maybe you're looking for someone who has Python experience, and so if they know more Python, they should get more points. This is what your phone screening person would do, or your interviewer would do, right? They would talk to the candidate, and it's not like if they don't know Python, they don't get the job, but they get extra points, and that's sort of what you're telling the AI to do. If you were using our assessments, then something like this is very difficult to automate. You will have to go through, maybe ask the candidate to upload a video and then evaluate that manually, right? We are automating that. And then there are some time restrictions and how many it takes and so on, right? So this is question one. Let me actually delete the other questions. So I don't need that. There are 4 other questions that have come in, and let me delete this. This. So we have only one question, which is a question I had, right? Okay, so this has been created. Okay, so now that the template is ready, I want to use it in an AI interview. So let's say add AI interview. This is the template. I can create a new job, right? I have existing jobs already, maybe because I have many assessments. Each assessment corresponds to a job role. So I can either attach this interview to that existing job role, or I can create a new one. So I'm going to call this software engineer AI interview, right? I'm going to create the interview. So it's been created. That's the title. It's linked to the one I just created. Additional instructions. So these are shown to the candidate before they start the test. Maybe I want to say, I don't know, right? Answer concisely. Don't take too long. Answer straightforward questions. Whatever, right? I can write whatever I want here. And all these AI interviews are also proctored exactly like our assessments. You can enable, disable all this here. If you want to set a time window within which they must attempt the assessment, the AI interview, you can do that as well, right? So these are the settings that you're familiar with if you use our assessments. All right, so I just have one instruction here. I can go back to AI interviews. Right, I had nothing to begin with, and I have this shown here, and it's created today, today's July 30th. I can invite candidates. This is very similar to what we do with assessments. You enter email IDs and then they can take the assessment. I can preview, and settings is what I was just on, right? Let me preview it. So if I click on preview, it'll open the preview tab. This is what the candidate will see, right? So this is the Equip account, so the Equip's logo. It gives you the questions. It tells you must do it in one go, and internet and so on. The custom instructions I added are shown here. We tell the candidate to test their media devices before they start, because this test requires video as well as audio. So I can say test camera, so my camera is working fine. I can test my microphone, that's working fine as well. It takes a few seconds and then it checks that it's working fine. So the candidate knows that they can start. And let me start the AI interview. Here you will see, this is just a preview, so you see the question, right? And then it tells you here minimum 5 seconds, max 180 seconds. So let me answer this as a candidate would. So I'm previewing, okay, it seems to be working fine. Let me start. So this is when the time I will start. I am familiar with Python, JavaScript. I know a little bit of Elixir. And in JavaScript, I know React, and in Python, I know Flask. So the candidate has recorded this, and they can record again. They have a few retakes left, but I'm all right. Let me submit. Again, this is previewing. So if the candidate submits, they will just see it's a success screen. But because you're previewing this, you will get to see the results, right? So Equip Admin's report, and so you can see this is the video response. Okay, this is the question. It's been graded. I've only got 22 out of 50 points, right? You can play the video again if you want. You can play the audio. This is the transcription, right? I wrote this. I spoke this. And there you go. Word to word, it's transcribed it. And the AI is also given feedback. Okay. The mention of only a little bit of Elixir indicates limited experience, decent overview, and so on. So you can be more specific in the prompt. All right. So if you can test this, and if you think that it's being a little harsh, you can say be more generous, whatever it is, right? If you were to ask this question in an interview, you would expect the candidate to give a lot more details, and the candidate hasn't. And that's sort of why the candidate has got only 44%. Okay. If you go back, so again, AI interview results, you will see this, right? This is the candidate. I took it with Equip's email ID, 44%. And I can sort it by different things. If you can imagine having lots of candidates, all of their details will be shown here. Their scores will be shown. You can sort by when they started, when they finished, what their points were, and so on. You can create a different AI interview. You can attach the same template to this other AI interview. Let's say you're hiring a senior software engineer, right? You can attach the same template, and then obviously your bar to select them will be higher. Okay. So I want to talk about two things here. One is the process, which is you create a template, then attach that template to an AI interview, share that with the candidate. That is the process. The test itself, you can, if I go into the template again, you will see, these are some tags. You can go into it. You will see that these are questions. It's almost like a Google form. The only two differences I would say from a Google form are you have different answer formats, and then there's an evaluation prompt, right? This is the AI part. This is where the candidate can upload a video, upload audio, and so on. And again, once you've created it, you can invite candidates from here. You can invite them to this interview, or if you have attached a different interview to this template, you can do that as well, right? Phone screens are very similar to AI interviews. The two main differences. One is phone screens do not have video as an answer format, and the number of questions that you can ask in a phone screening is less. The number of AI grade questions, you can ask fewer questions on the phone screening than on the AI interview. Otherwise, functionally, they're the same. The costs I mentioned here, right? So you can get started. Try us out. You can create templates. You can preview the templates. You can, when you preview, we don't charge you any credits. You can see how they're working, and then you can share with real candidates and evaluate them. All right. Thank you.